Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers is directed by Joe Chappelle. 6 years after Michael Myers last terrorized Haddonfield, he returns there in pursuit of his niece, Jamie Lloyd, who has escaped with her newborn child, for which Michael and a mysterious cult have sinister plans for. I remember seeing this movie back on TV in my grandma's house for the first time, and was wondering what kind of Halloween film am I watching. This has a cult. It has Michael Myers admittedly looking good in the mask again, being part of said cult. Paul Rudd is in it, and it was weird. It was the kind of Halloween film I wouldn't expect, with the people that I wouldn't expect be in a Halloween film. And over the years, I've come to rewatch this film a few times, and overall, I still think it's a weird movie. I don't think it is fantastic, I don't think it's great or even good, but it is interesting, which is why I have the Blu-ray. Not just because the Walmart Blu-ray, when they have like the VHS Blu-ray things, back a few years ago, not just looking cool, but the movie itself is interesting, because we got a producer's cut now that is released in HD, and we have the theatrical cut. And while both versions, I would say I would grade the same, are immensely different. The theatrical cut is a lot more akin to what I think of the 2016 Suicide Squad. It's edited like it is an MTV music video with a bunch of quick cuts and flashing lights and rock music, and it is just a weirdly edited film there that is very violent. The producer's cut is a lot more theatrical, it's a lot less violent than the one in theaters, and it makes a lot more sense and a lot more consistent, but it has a lot of weird elements to it as well. Like with Michael Myers and Jamie Lloyd, we'll get to that a little bit there, but what they do with those characters is weird. However, what are the positives of this film? In my opinion, Michael Myers finally looks good again. The mask looks good, it looks like it is closely resembling the original Michael Myers masks in Halloween 1 and 2, and I really liked how this thing looked, especially on the actor. The way the actor portrays Michael here is decent enough. He got some of the moves down and everything. It's just that sometimes you could tell it's a different actor at times. The way Michael is sometimes really big, or he just looks like normal Michael Myers. You could tell that it is completely different actors playing this character, and it feels inconsistent at times. But for the most part, Michael Myers is brutal. He is scary at times. We'll get to the cold stuff later, I'll get to that, but overall still Michael Myers is entertaining. Not my favorite interpretation of the character, but this version does get the job done. Now, Paul Rudd, while admittedly acting really weird, has a screen presence at least, and you could tell that this actor is going to become a big star. He is weird in this film. He has a lot of weird mannerisms. He is weirdly subdued. It's just a weird performance overall. I especially love this little moment in the theatrical cut where he's trying to break open his love interest, I guess, in the movie, or like partners. I don't know how to describe this relationship. They don't share too much chemistry or banter with one another, and you could tell that once he saw Michael Myers, he is taken aback. He doesn't know how to process it. Like, a whole bunch of memories came in after looking at him. I actually liked that little performance. That little performance there from Paul Rudd, and how he reacted to Michael Myers and him smiling as he's coming closer to him, is just great. I really love that scene. It's one of my favorites in the whole movie. And the atmosphere and tone of the film is really good as well. I love the Halloween season that is put all around the film. It felt very authentic to the holiday, like the holiday is serving purpose to the story, with the trick-or-treaters going around, the fall leaves, the telling of stories, and admittedly the cult element being somewhat akin to Halloween. It fits very much well in that tone. I really like the tone of this film and the creepy atmosphere that it goes for, and it gives a sense that we are in the fall season. I really liked the way this film was presented in that regard, and it is well directed in some cases too, and how it showcases this season and some of the kills overall still. And of course, the late great Donald Pleasence as Samuel Loomis in what is his last performance as this character before his death. He is still great. I love Donald Pleasence as this character, and even as the franchise starts to get weirder, this actor still gives a sense of gravitas, a sense of commitment to the character, and how no matter how old he is getting, he's willing to do whatever it takes to try and stop Michael Myers and end this madness. And I love his speeches, his performance. He is really good once again here, and it's a shame that this is his last performance, but it showcases just how dedicated he is to this character to bring him to life, and for Michael Myers to have someone to work off with. He is like the Captain Abel or Captain Kane, whoever the captain was in Moby Dick, to Moby Dick. These two characters I can only see together. I know the new movies try to have like Jamie Lee Curtis take up that kind of mantle. Just Jamie Lee Curtis were able to do that. None of those characters were able to be that Donald Pleasence. He is this character and this character only, and he is sorely missed. Now, negatives. This movie's batshit crazy near the end. How this movie ends in both versions is weird. In the theatrical cut, we have Michael Myers go to this vicinity where he's trying to stalk his victims. He kills a bunch of doctors and his boss, who he's part of the cult with, and then they go to this little doctor's lab, and Paul Rudd fights him there as they trick him with the baby, and he bleeds goo. He bleeds green goo. How? He was bleeding red blood from his eyes in the second movie. Now he's bleeding green goo? What is going on here? It's just weird filmmaking, and how the movie ends off is anticlimactic. The characters just run away without Sam Loomis, and then we cut to a shot of Michael Myers' mask and a needle. Loomis screams in the background. The ends. The producer's cut is weirder. The cult is trying to pin down the main girl, and then she says some stuff about Michael Myers being the baby daddy, which means, as he was chasing Jamie Lloyd in the beginning of the film, before then, they were going to Pound Town. And it made the previous few movies even creepier in the worst way. Like, you're telling me that this whole time, Michael Myers just wanted to put his stains inside his family? What? And don't give me that shit where you get the injection of it from the groin area and you just put it in the Jamie Lloyd. Don't give me any of that. It is still a 16-year-old girl. Why? That is still under 8. Oh boy, the filmmakers did not think that one through, did they? And how they end off this character is just so mean-spirited. Jamie is a really cute character in the previous 2 films. I really liked her. She is sweet, and she was one of my favorite parts of the previous 2 films. And how they ended her off in both versions is so disrespectful. In the theatrical cut, she gets like railed through the stomach and bleeds to death like that, and it's very grotesque. in the producer's cut, she gets shot in the head in the hospital. Just why? Just, that is stupid to me. I did not like how they end off her character and her storyline. It was just pathetic. But the producer's cut gets even weirder when Michael Myers gets defeated when Paul Rudd surrounds him with a bunch of rocks in a circle. Rocks in a circle stops the boogeyman. This movie's on crack. This movie is literally on crack. And then Michael Myers pulls some Houdini shit out of nowhere at the end and switches his costume with his master. And now Dr. Loomis has a tattoo and Michael Myers is going around looking like a sexual predator. It's just, this movie is weird. It is one of the weirdest movies in the Halloween franchise. And I kind of love it for that. For all of its problems, for all of the weird decisions it makes. It is never boring. Unlike Halloween 5, which is downright dreadful to get through. This has always kept my attention all throughout. I don't like all the decisions, but there are some good elements of quality here at least, and the batshit insane decisions that this movie makes made the movie at least entertaining to watch, especially the theatrical cut, which is downright seizure-like, just with the editing and the music choices and the kills and how grotesque they are. It is just a crazy movie either way you watch it. I never knew what to think of it, and even as I'm reviewing this right now, I still don't know what to think of this film. But I will say it is at least entertaining and a lot more engaging than the previous one, which, if you already saw my review, I absolutely hate. And so with that being said, I am going to give Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers a C+. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.